I will be right back. I'm just grabbing some water, guys.
10-4.
Hey guys, it's welcome to KitBash Friday. This is Andrew, the Wicked Wookie here, and tonight's going to be a little bit different. We've got Hiko and Oni here. We're just going to hang out. Websy's a little under the weather tonight, so he's going to be not around, and I'm sure Model Rocketeer will be on at some point, but for right now, we're just going to get going and get working on whatever we're working on.
Yeah.
Give me.
Hiko, what are you working on tonight?
I got some painting on resin. I'm going to give you a rundown of what I'm doing. I got some masking, spray can paint, and airbrush. We're going to show you some of the resin cleaning on the priming stage, looking for errors in the paint, then sanding it down and painting. Show you some of the masking color we've done. Give you an overall guide for the step of the build. So, yeah, it's been fun. Got a lot of stuff, and I will put this for a notice just so you can see it.
I'm gonna go ahead and adjust.
And for any,
real quick.
yeah, so we have the Gundam Mark III 1/72 scale. So this is the kit I've been working on, a full resin kit. And we have our color layout I'm using, which is sort of a hybrid between the GM3 Spartan plus the GM2. So I'm using these colors as base guides. And we'll go over some of this too. And hopefully if the other guys join in, that'll be good. And I see he's on there. And Carrie's right there. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah,
We'll probably end up switching. Yeah. And I know you're working on some aircraft models too, so that's cool.
Yeah. I'm going to work on my competition build for Sprues and Brews. They're great aces.
Unfortunately for me, you're at the easiest part of painting, and I finally made some color decisions that are much needed. So I'm probably going to end up switching this view back to the desk, and we'll go from there pretty much.
Yeah. Yep, I'm getting set up right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little work on an old project that I had laying around here. Man, I've been meaning to put some work on this one kit, but just haven't had the time until now.
Well, you know what they say. There's no time like the present. So there we go.
Presents for me everywhere. I'm just kidding. So I'm just trying to get this set real quick.
Actually, Oni, I was checking out your video the other day on how to do battle damage on shields and stuff like that. And that was a pretty wicked tutorial, man. That was awesome.
Oh, the one on the Zaku shield?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for checking it out, man. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but if you layer it just right and you just take your time with it, I'm sure anybody can knock it out, man. It's it's a lot of work, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But just the step by step that you showed was just awesome. Like that was it showed me a couple of spots where maybe I was kind of dropping the ball a bit, and so that's cool that from another builder to another that you're helping me out. You're helping me become a better builder, so that's good.
Man, right on, dude. I appreciate you checking it out, man, and I'm glad I can, help out. Dude, I actually enjoy helping out these new guys. They have all the questions and they want to try it, you know what I mean? And they're full of excitement and I don't want to burn them out. You know what I mean? I don't want to shut no one out. So I try to be as helpful as possible,
Yeah, they'll take and run with it if they can learn how to do it for sure, if you show them. So tonight I am actually using Tamiya red spray can, then gray for some parts, and that is primarily for the chest section. So you'll probably see me mask off pieces from the chest vents, from the resin chest here. I'll be working on this section, so I went ahead and painted this and these pieces so far. I'll take masking tape, mask that off, and paint the chest red, just sort of like the GM colors.
Right on.
So then I have a few other pieces of the backpack with the gray. I need the mix, so I'll paint these gray also. Really, I'm not doing much because I'm doing piece by piece, and I could probably give you a show of what I've been working on. So, just some detail masking, making sure that these are masked, painted properly. So, there's a lot of detail processing and making sure the paint sticks to the resin. And as you can see, some other pieces too. The vents, making sure that they're all colored right. So gray with yellow inside. That's pretty classic for GM colors. Very basic stuff, but I've been trying to make sure everything's done, painted right. And they can see there's probably a lot of yellow pieces here too.
Oh yeah, dude. For
Yeah,
everybody,
looks like Carrie's joining it.
For everybody that doesn't know, what is the best primer to use for the resin, bro?
I can't really say. Alclad 2 primer is terrible. Mr. Hobby primer is okay. Tamiya works good.
Which one? So is the Tamiya one you're pretty much your go-to?
For resin, yes. For a thick primer. If I have to paint like smaller resin kits, I'll probably use airbrush primer.
Right. Now, dude, I couldn't stress how much primer to put down on these kits when it's time to mask
Yeah.
and put different layers on your kit and just put multiple colors on the color scheme that you're looking for. Man, you have to put some primer down, dude, because you will pull that paint up.
Yeah. And I've been careful about that. That's why I'm pretty. When I only put my masking tape down, I only leave it on for an hour, then I take it off. And I also have some Gundam Mark III decals that I'm going to be using for this. This is a 1/100, but it'll be large enough for this kit to be shown.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So yeah, primer, man. Like I got pieces and pieces just like this. I'm still sanding, and correcting details, flaws. Then I'm going back and painting after that. So, and I have all these pieces in the background that I have to still sand and get ready. And it's a process,
Right.
Well,
So
primer.
tonight, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Primer is important, man. Yeah, primer is the most important thing for building, for cleaning too.
See, I because I primarily use acrylics for pretty much all of my builds. I'll use Vallejo primer, but I will.
Okay.
But I'll spray it and then let it set. Come back, look at it, because I use primer as kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a spell check for my kits. So that way, if I see a seam line or I see something that maybe a nub I missed or something along those lines, I can go back in, I can sand it down, clean it back up, and then spray the primer again. But yeah, you got to
pretty
get
much.
you got to get a solid level of primer on anything. Otherwise, you're going backwards.
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty careful of how I'm pretty rough with first sanding. Then the second sanding process is the primer. So I end up sanding these kits twice, it seems like. When you build a high grade kit, you only sand the nub once and you paint, which is really easy for the Gundam builders that do that.
Oh yeah. So what do you use standing sticks or do you go to files?
I use actually 3 different types. So you probably saw that I'm using the new ultrasonic sanding tools. I use
Yeah.
that. I use Tamiya soft sponges. I'll use metal files. I'll use if I could show you, these are actually wave. These are wave flat sanding sticks on PVC plastic, which they're very hard. So these are good for bandai nub removal, about 600 grit. But
Oh, nice.
it depends on what I'm using pretty much. And I don't do much
Right.
sanding that often anyways. But yeah, like you did with your power tools, I pretty much, if I have to use heavy sanding tools, I'll do that. This is kind of like you did with your Dremel. You kind of put sandpaper
Right.
on and just went at it with the thrusters, yeah. That was smart.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Man, dude, I'm telling you, man, I work all day and man, dude, when I come home, my hands hurt. So any shortcut that I can come up with, I'm gonna try it out,
Yeah. That's why I recently got a pair of good hobby gloves, thin gloves you can wear. They're not latex based or anything.
Yes.
So right now I have to do this chest section tonight, and what I need to make sure of is the areas around the chest that are clean. And I'm going to take masking tape, put it over, then cut it out along the seam. So that's pretty big also.
Oh yeah. Dude, how tall is that kit, man?
This one,
Yeah.
I think it's like 18, 23 inches. But I checked the height and the scale. It's correct for 172. It's like right on spot for the height and dimensions. The only thing is this G system though. It says it's 23 centimeters. So it's 9 inches tall,
Yeah.
So this is the manual. It's all beaten up. And this is a recast too, so I'm gonna say this. I don't know. I don't know if you can buy this kit anymore anywhere at all. I think they're all sold
Dude.
out.
What I noticed, some of these kits don't come with manuals.
No, they don't.
Man,
I know that
it's
you got the
so
G System camper, and you got a few of them.
yeah.
But yeah, that's super rare, man. If you can get a 160 Zazabi, that's probably the rarest kit you can possibly find for resin right now.
Dude. I
Because
think
only people are selling. Yeah.
Man, dude, I think I seen one going for like what was it, like $900, bro?
I would probably believe it. Yeah, okay, and this is why I told somebody. I told them to go buy the metal structure or a 3D print Zazabi if you're going to do that at that point, pretty much.
Yeah.
For sure, because you don't want to get caught paying for $1,000 figure, pretty much. So yeah, I got these vents out pretty good. So as you can see, The vent details and the quality check are pretty good so far. I like how the paint looks, and I don't have to worry about too much cleaning here because all the colors are correct. I just have to mask this off now and paint. So that's going to be
Right.
fun.
Hey, you want to hit us with a sponsor announcement?
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We can only do this with the help of our friends, our affiliates, and partners that do this. So we're going to give a quick shout out to a few of those. Hobby Nut Models, the Horde with Derek Ho, Clarksville, Hobby Depot, because we have a guy that has a hobby outlet also. But of course, everybody knows the Mecha Warehouse and the Mega Parts Guy being those big online sponsors, and of course the world-renowned GSN, the Gundam Shoppers Network. Really appreciate you guys, encouraging us, being our friends, and kind of like lighting the way as we follow up. We really appreciate the encouragement. If you guys subscribe, share their content, check them out, see what they're doing. They're doing a great thing. So all we can do is try to work alongside these people and keep making the community great.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like that.
It's a pretty good intro. So what are you painting right there again? I see that's a figure. Yeah.
This is a bust from geez, what was that one website? I'm trying to remember.
Looks like something from Devilman.
No, it's
I don't know what that is.
Geez, where's it from? I printed it
There's
out.
so
with
many
3D.
figures I don't even know.
Oh yes, man. I printed it out with a 3D printer, and
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's good.
Actually, it was one of the first ones that I tried out, so it came out pretty good. I was thinking about making it a little bit bigger, but it's like one of those old geez, what is that? Like Forge Hobby and those little miniature D&D games and stuff like that. So she's like a dark princess, vampire queen, something like that for a D&D background story.
Okay, yeah.
Me and the kids, we don't play all the time, but my daughters enjoy playing D&D. So we'll paint up some figures. Me and the girls will hang out, paint up some figures, and we'll do a small campaign on that. But my youngest one, she's real into painting and stuff like that. So hopefully she picks up the hobby. But she's a teenager, so she's gonna do what she wants to do.
Yeah, I've always wondered if those games are easy for people to pick up and learn. I never really know. I don't really know about them that much.
Yeah, they're
D&D is pretty easy to pick up.
Okay. Yeah.
There's just a few things you might want to like refresh yourself on how. For me, it's complicated on the dice roll. You know what I mean? What's the hit points on this, and when to roll dice and stuff like that. But you need a good. I say you need a good dungeon master that knows what's going on to actually help you out. But yeah, I mean it's pretty much just if you have a cool dungeon master, he's gonna help you out, and he's gonna make it fun for everyone. And it's pretty much whatever you want to do. It's your story, you run with it.
Okay, so that makes sense.
When I was back when I was a teenager, I played D&D, of course, and it was back then. It was a completely different system dice system than it is now. Now it's way more simplified than what it was. Like if you go back to second edition, third edition, that kind of stuff, it was a completely different dice game. Now it's so much simpler to get into, and that's really cool that Oni, that you and your daughters are kind of getting into that stuff. And because my oldest daughter is getting on my case right now about wanting to learn and wanting to play. So that's something I've been doing with her, and so it's one of
Okay.
those things.
Yeah,
It's
man.
it's not hard to. It's kind of cool to get back into it after years of not playing it, and then you start going through. If you've been playing for any number of years, or you happen to still you're like me and you hold on to that kind of stuff. I've got all of my stuff from when I was a teenager and I played. It was just all in an old binder, and I ended up pulling it out, and it's like, oh wow, now I remember all this stuff, and it's just it's cool, it's fun.
Oh yeah, man. And the girls, man, they enjoy it. They make their own story and whatever creatures, they just, Dad, can we do this? Dad, yeah, okay, sure. As long as they're having fun, I'm cool with it.
You have to.
Yeah.
So it's very user friendly.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know,
man.
for Gundam builders, having a easy hobby to get into, for having kits that have all the colors, for someone it's easy to learn. Even if you want to get into basic painting, it's pretty easy for our hobby. But you got to have the guys in the community that bring them in and encourage them to do so. So that's
Right.
another big deal. So
Right.
Well, my daughter's, as I've said before, my older daughter is getting into this too. She's got a couple of kits of her own that she's working on, and it's just nice to be able to sit down with my 13-year-old daughter, and she wants to paint models and she wants to play D&D. It's all this
Yeah.
hey Corey, what's up
stuff.
in the chat, man? Say hi to him. He joined us. We're doing some Friday night building, and we're all building painting stuff. You'll probably see me paint this in a little while. So just doing some, model building stuff, very
What
casual.
up, Corey?
Shout out to Corey.
Corey in the house.
Corey in the house.
Corey the house. Yeah.
Corey the house.
That was a bad
But yeah,
meme when it came out.
it's good to see that there are kids that are actually getting into this hobby, and I'm encouraging my kids to, if this is something you want to do, then go ahead and do it, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Like, just if it makes you happy, go ahead and do it.
Oh yes.
And
Yeah.
there's more than one way to do it. It's not just one way. And there's new ways to devise regularly.
Yeah, so if you want to, like I said, if you want to join the community, be a collector, collect model kits, that's good. If you want to paint, learn how to paint, that's even better. If you want to be a content creator, you can do that also. There's no real end to this, so you can do it as much as you want, which is the best part. And content creation's, one of my favorite things to do. It's just that it's not always the easiest thing to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
Oh, absolutely.
What helps is when you reach out to people like we all reach out to each other, or we do each other, we met, and we started a small network. I'll make you a friend. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Absolutely.
have these friends. Well, fine, but these guys I respect more and consider friends over I might know. Towards a common goal. For me,
Yeah, towards a common goal. Yeah.
Personal development. We're working for something we enjoy. We make the community better. Our community better.
Right.
Well, and I mean, I love the fact that that we're all a bunch of builders. We're all a bunch of creators. We've all got our own YouTube stuff going on. We all have our stuff, but yet we're all part of the same group. We're all doing the same things, and we're motivating each other to move forward, right? And
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm learning. Every time I sit down on YouTube and I go to Oni's channel, or I go to Hiko's channel, or I go to a Model Rocketeer or Web C, I'm learning something new from you guys. And that, initially I thought when I first started doing this YouTube thing, I'm like, who really wants to watch, some 40-year-old guy paint models? And then I realized,
you'd be surprised.
And then I realized, wait a minute, I am one of those people that watches a 40-year-old guy paint models. So obviously there's some call for it because there are people that are doing it. So
there is, and what it boils down to is wisdom, the collective wisdom that we share. So you know, through life experience, what we've seen, what I do in the coaching world is this kind of what I bring. You know, being and being understanding between. He brings that work ethic, that understanding. He works all day. He's tired at the end of the day. You know, I've been there too. We've all been there. There's a collective thing I think that we're sharing that other people are enjoying. And then we represent our sponsors well, we represent ourselves.
Yeah, so Corey is saying in the chat, we're working on a 172 scale resin kit. So this is a G system kit. So I'll give you an idea what this is, 172 full resin kit. So I have tons and tons of parts for painting right now. So just to show Corey. And I'm at this stage of the build, you know, trying to get these pieces all finished and ready. And here in a few minutes after I'm done masking this, we're going to go ahead and paint using spray cans and airbrush also, using the MadWorks airbrush. So I'll be getting around to that in a moment.
Hey everybody, WebC here, and I'd like to talk to you today about our new friend Oni Mecha. Oni Mecha is a YouTube and social media content creator who's always doing cool things. His kits are super custom and super cool. Oni's trying to get into doing some tutorials for you guys, so come on over and check out Oni Mecha. Alright, and he'll be hanging out with us once in a while over at KitBash Gundam and on the WebC official podcasts, and it'll be real nice having him around. So you guys go on over there and check out Oni Mecha, where he'll teach you guys how to do things like custom Werner colors with airbrush and how he custom sculpts different types of plow plate. So have fun. What's up, brokes? WebC here, and before you continue on your journey into my videos, I'd like to tell you about our new friend, Broke Man Studio. And this is a great time for you guys to catch up with him and see cool things that he's talking about. Broke Man is always bringing you the cheapest solution to the coolest Gunpla fill. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and check out all of his new videos. We here at KitBash Gundam, at the Rocket Industries, at WebC Official, and all our other subsidiaries are here to support Broke Man Studio and Broke Man Reviews and Broke Man Tuts. Everybody have a great time, and I hope you enjoy watching this little video.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that, Michael. You know what you do for everybody, you do for us, putting it out there, getting better, and keep getting better. Each of us keep making more content. So I want to give a personal shout out to the chief of production, the WebC official. Got things going on, so hopefully you guys soon we'll get to hear some more information about things that got going on. But thanks, Mike, for doing a little under the weather, so we're good vibes. Get well soon.
Hey, that was a pretty cool little shout out, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they'll be doing that consistently. That's going to be going on for a long time now.
It'll get better.
So that's like one of the key aspects we got to do is promoting ourselves and other people at the same time, because it's a continuous deal for us.
Right.
So, you know, we figure our success is other people's success at the same time. So we got to support that too. And, you know, you probably may or may not know this part, but I am actually in reach with other content creators. I'm trying to coach them, give them ideas. Maybe I can learn something from them also, but the idea is, can we take someone else's content and help them promote themselves also?
Ah,
Now you see.
yeah, that's good. That's not bad, man. Man, dude. It's hard to find good people like that, dude, because the community sometimes the community is pretty toxic, you know.
It's pretty cutthroat sometimes, yes. And that's why I'm primarily here, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've had a lot of issues, but you know, finding other people to join is the biggest change I've found so far.
I'm honestly just glad to be a part of community, this particular page, because there is no toxicity in this group.
Probably not. We're all just building models.
We're all just building models. We're all just hanging out. We're all just trying to have some fun, meet some like-minded people, and that's the nice thing about it is like I've posted some of my stuff on KitBash, and then I posted it on other groups, and I've gotten a lot of hate on other groups for stuff that I've done, and you know, but never ever has that ever happened on KitBash ever. It's only ever been positive. You know, there may have been a suggestion. There may have been a few suggestions of like, hey, have you tried this, or maybe thought about this? But it was a constructive criticism. It wasn't a hack. It wasn't a dig. It was just, hey, have you thought about trying this? And it was just the way it was put. It wasn't mean or anything like that. It was just a suggestion, and it's just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, once you get people you can basically promote, follow, you're going to get people in the community that will follow you along pretty much. So I should be ready to paint here in just a few minutes, actually. And that'll be the bulk of what I'm doing tonight, is just doing some minor paint details, but making sure it's done right. So I got these two chest sensors, and I would love these from the Mark III. You know, even the Mark II has these front chest sensors. It's like GM style, which is really cool to see.
I like that. It's really cool. Because it can be used so many things, like it's tactical mindset, you know, long range sensor, like you know, whatever you're stuff. Yeah, I still like it.
Yeah, I definitely love GM styles, man, for sure. I think it's just like the Federation, you know, aesthetic about it, which is really cool to me. I think my first master grade was a GM, and like I loved it since then. Red style and green armor, weird combination. Although I don't really like the green that much, not really.
So, Hiko, man, is there is the G system line still pumping out kits?
Which one is it?
The G system line?
No, they've gone under.
Oh, dude, what? Geez,
I know,
man,
they have great stuff. I had like the big bus.
I think it's because I think they've gone. I think they're actually different studios now. I don't know who they are or what their name is, but I would probably guess that people that do the casting, they're probably a part of other studios now, for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you think about it, like look at Bandai, early 2000s. They were making what, the Camphor 160 scale kits. They were making kits that Bandai didn't even have, and these kits were like super detailed with inner frames. So it's like, how did a garage kit make such detailed kits when Bandai couldn't even do that at the time?
So what's going on? Somebody.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. Just step away from
the technology.
You know, I'll say this. G System, they're good. They're really good kits, right? But the only reason I bought this kit was because it is the 172 scale. And I've only found a few manufacturers that made 172 scale Gundam kits. So you got what? You have Bandai that had 172 B Club resin kits. You have Volks Hobby that has 172 Gundam kits. Then G System has 172. Then everything else, that's the only ones that have it. So for the 172, I could put it with every other mecha kit that I have in my collection. But I can't buy a Bandai kit to match my Macross kits or anything like that. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So it's important to have my mecha collection like that. So that's a big thing for me.
Oh yes.
I'm really excited about painting this. Doing the chest vents in red is going to look so cool.
This is gonna be really good. I can't wait to see this thing.
Yeah, I'll probably paint this, wait an hour, take the masking tape off so it doesn't stick to the resin. So I should have my masking tape done for this section here. So I think the chest fence is cleared. I think we're good. We got a solid, nice line. The cuts are smooth, even, and sharp. So I'll go ahead and do this and paint this block at the same time also. So at this point, I'm about ready to switch over to my outside garage setup, and we're going to be using Tamiya Rattle Can Red. So I'll spray that a few times in a few passes. And clip this on here and take it with me. Make it easy. Actually.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm all solid, man. I'm going to paint gray and red, so I'm going ahead and exit stream. I'm going to go ahead and switch over, and then I'll let Michael, I'll let you mute me when I'm ready. So Clarksville Hobbies in the chat. Okay, what's up? Okay, so I'm going to back out, then I'll join back in. I'll do some painting, then we'll review some other things.
Alrighty.
Yo.
I got to do something I forgot, me being a dumbass.
Clarksville Hobby Depot. What's up, brother? What's going on tonight, man?
Right. So being similar to the like Micheal of Mobile Suits. We'll be long.
I like to paint giant robots that blow up. I'm just saying, you know. No, man, I really love giant robots for some reason. I don't know why. You know, this is something I saw, and I was like, I want one for myself.
I think for me, when I was younger, what set it all was the Mecha Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
The Mecha Godzilla fighting Godzilla.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And geez, what's the turtle one? Gamera?
Gamera.
Gamera was, oh dude.
Yes, man. Tag.
Now I need to get my hands on that Godzilla, that Mecha Godzilla kit, and dude, I really want to paint it up, give it some justice.
Like 3 or 4 different versions of the evolution of, you know what I mean? So it's pretty badass.
Oh yeah. One day I would like to have a set.
Yeah. Totally.
I wonder how tall they make them, man. You think they make them pretty tall?
Yeah. That's whole itself, you know. I would think. Yeah, I would say they probably get at least in the 4-foot range. You start talking to somebody like pieces of piles. So if you're printing, you can probably print it in chunks like leg, but and print like a body, and you have a turnable head, and like you know like the old like the old toy from the 80s. It was like 2 foot tall, and it turned the tail like turned a little bit. The legs aren't totally moved. Like you can probably
Nice.
print stuff out on
Yeah.
level.
Man.
pretty legit.
Yeah, man. Really would love to get my hands on one of those.
A 3D printer would be totally awesome. I'm not saying test, but it'd be today's 3D printer would be awesome. For what we do, you know what I mean? Be able to share files between each other too, like images and the community in general, with certain ideas. But yeah, there's just really hard to find items when it comes to certain things I might be working on, or in the long run of what I'm working on. You gotta have that. And I can't get it as far as cost an arm and legs. Like, really? So it doesn't bring it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So does anybody seal their paint? Like you put a base coat down and then seal it with gloss. So you can do color washes and then wet pigments or I would be using like pastel powders and then seal it with a dull coat.
Man, you're breaking up bad on me, man. I can't hear you too well. The base coat and primer. I don't know, man. I had some real bad experience with not laying primer down or not laying the proper primer down. So when it was time to mask, I actually peeled up a lot of important detail work, you know. So that kind of set me back about 2 days worth of work. So how'd you get the name Wicked Wookie, man?
Actually, that was WebC just kind of gave it to me, and it kind of stuck, which I'm not upset about. Wookiees tend to be one of my favorite Star Wars creatures, so I'm cool with that. But yeah, it just kind of stuck, and that's what we've been using for my YouTube.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
You build a. So do you have a collection of nice Star Wars kits that you built?
I have a 144th Millennium Falcon that I'm working on right now. That WebC actually sent some micro LEDs up to me up here, and I'm gonna light the whole thing. I have been working on it on Wednesdays when we do What's in the Hangar Wednesday. Yeah, I'm trying to get some more Star Wars kits, but they're not super available right now.
Oh,
Or at least
yeah.
because Bandai's they're it's frustrating because they'll only release so many at a time. Like they'll only do a production run for so many units, and then that's the world distribution, and you're kind of stuck without it. So
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
get what you get, and you got to. If you don't happen to be in the hobby store at the right time or online at the right time, you kind of miss it, and yeah, that sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, dude, I wonder when we're gonna get back to normal, dude. You know,
Honestly, man, I don't know. Like, I work in the automotive business in real life. I work in the parts department, and we have been experiencing nonstop um, supply issues for like the last 3.5 years. Like,
jeez.
it's just if it's if it's not the manufacturer that we can't get parts from, it's the aftermarket that we can't get parts from because they can't produce them fast enough, or their production lines are down, or whatever. And it sucks. Like, things that you wouldn't think would ever be an issue to get a hold of, like an oil filter, yeah, you can't get them for certain vehicles because they just haven't, there's not enough of a production run. So yeah, it's crazy.
Are you looking for a Gumper community with interactive content such as live video chat builds weekly, 24-hour chat room, and so much more? Check out the Facebook page and Messenger to get full level access to a great team that wants to build with you. KitBash Gundam. We're here to build.
Hey everybody, WebC here. I'd like to take a minute and talk to you about Mecha Model Builds. Mecha Model Builds is a YouTube channel that we have recently partnered with. Here at Mecha Model Builds, Hiko is constantly striving to bring you high quality material. From tutorials to custom builds, Mecha Model Builds is where it's at. Hey everybody, WebC here from WebC Official, and I'd like to stop and talk to you about our cool new stuff that we got going on at WebC Official. Certain things like all of our shows that are really cool that we bring to you on a weekly basis, like What's in the Hangar Wednesday, KitBash Friday night, and Late Night Friday nights with WebC and the Wicked Wookie. You guys come on down and check those things out. You'll be getting new content from all our shows and hosts, including me, WebC, Andrew Cosgrove, the Wicked Wookie, and Carrie Michael Howell, the Model Rocketeer. And these are your current channel hosts. And then we have all of our guests who feature on all of our shows on a regular basis, who come in and hang out with us. So this is the last thing we're going to talk about: advertising.
Man, look at Hiko, steady working, man.
Yeah.
So what's your competition that you're working on right now?
So another YouTube channel is holding an online competition for model aircraft. It's called the Great Aces Build Off. It's for Sprues and Brews. Hank over there at Sprues and Brews is putting this on, and basically what it is that you can pick any pilot in any country in any conflict that has the status of as an ace. You can build their aircraft. So me being Canadian, I'm going to do a Canadian pilot, which is George Burlington. He fought in World War II. He was part of the Royal Air Force. So I'm building his Spitfire, and that's that's basically it. Hoping for the best. Hoping that I can maybe win something. But if not, doesn't really bother me either way. I'm just gonna do my best that I can, and hopefully it turns out all right.
Right on, man. So what part are you working on right now?
I have the pilot and the cockpit that I'm kind of just getting some base colors on, and it'll be fun to get some of the detail work done. And because it's a 1/48 scale, so it's not exactly a huge aircraft.
Right. That's what's up, dude. Man, I have a B-17 Flying Fortress sitting in the backlog, just waiting to be painted, man.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Yeah, I'm not just a.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I'm not just into the Gundam. I kind of do a little bit of everything. I like doing cars and planes and tanks and all of it. So.
Oh yeah, man. I think we can use a little bit of that skill set from building tanks and planes and cars into everything, from Gundams to miniature painting to building dioramas.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of tend to work on whatever I feel like working on at that point in time.
Right.
I'm one of those people. I have multiple things on the build at one time. So, like, as I look around here, I've got, a half dozen Gundams, either in primer or different levels of paint. I've got a couple of cars. I got a couple of planes. I've got some armor. Carrie's the same way, right? Like we all kind of just do whatever. So.
Yeah. Man, I have quite a few. Geez. I forgot, man, dude. I forgot what I got in the backlog. I got like a USS Arizona. Geez, what else I got back there? Man, I forgot exactly everything I got, but I got a Scud I'm working on.
Yeah.
He's halfway built, just like everything else in the damn backlog. Everything else is halfway ready to go.
Yeah. That's how I am. Right now I've got a 1960s fleet side pickup. I've got an R-34 Skyline. I've got my Millennium Falcon. I've got my Spitfire. I've got a couple of Gundams. Like I've got an M1 M4 Sherman tank in bits and pieces. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's I find myself getting like, I'll get so far into a project and then it's like, no, I need to take a break from that, so I go and do something else, and then I come back to the project and I just find myself, kind of rotating through stuff. So.
Oh, yes. Yeah, like on these, I'm working on the Dendrobium, man, and so far, man, I want to say I probably put maybe I'm touching probably about 1,000 hours into this project.
Yeah.
And man, sometimes I feel like I'm not going anywhere with it, so these small little projects on the side, help me feel like I'm getting something done. I accomplished something for the week.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like I find that if I stay on a project too long, that I'll stall out and I'll just completely lose interest in that build. So I tend to I'll do 3 or 4 steps and then I'll go work on something else. And that way I don't end up feeling like I don't end up getting bored.
Right.
And
Now,
I still have the vigor and the enthusiasm to really put the best effort forward I can.
right. Now, I do hear that's a problem for quite a few guys, man, they get burnt out doing Gundams and stuff like that. So I
Well,
I
yeah,
think it's a good idea to switch it up and try something new, man. Like if you're accustomed to building nothing but Gundams the whole time, yeah, you're gonna get burnt out.
yeah,
So trying something new, hey man, if you're a Star Wars fan, pick up a nice Star Wars kit and try it out.
yeah. I'm a bit of a Star Wars nut, bit of a car guy. Um, I've always been into aviation as a kid. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. Um, so yeah, I mean, these are all things that I have passion for,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's good for me to kind of jump back and forth between the different kits because I don't get bored. Like I don't burn myself out.
Right.
It's I find that it keeps me going because it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll walk away from it for a week or two and then I come back to it and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this. And, it keeps my brain from getting fixated.
Oh yes. I had a buddy that started picking up Warhammers miniatures, and man, dude, he's able to switch back and forth from working on the Warhammer and also working on the Gundams, and now he's like I understand how to blend and shade because the miniatures help me understand it a little bit better to work on Gundams and approach that in a different direction for Gundams.
Yep.
So it's a win-win, man.
Well, yeah, and it's like I said. I mean, it's just all advancing our skills. Um, and it's I actually hadn't started. I had never done a Gundam until 8 or 9 months ago, and then I picked one up just after Christmas, and it was like, yeah, let's give this a shot. Let's see what these are all about, and now I'm like, wow, these are a lot of fun, and it's nice to be able to snap build something, but at the same time, it's you know, every one I build is a little bit different. It's always painted, it's always kind of customized or a little bit changed or something, and so for me, it's just another way to express myself artistically.
Oh yeah. I think the freedom in creating whatever you want to create actually draws me in a little deeper, because it's just there's so much creativity in the world, and to take a small part of that and put it into whatever you're working on, man, it's just really unique.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that anybody that builds Gundam has to do custom paint or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, for
Right.
me, coming from somebody who's doing cars and armor and aircraft, like for me, it's like, yeah, painting is just part of the DNA of building models.
Right.
Um, so yeah, but I mean, it is freedom because there's no rules about what paint color you have to use. You can do whatever color you want, whatever suits your fancy for that day. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. Any other competitions that you have been in lately?
No, I'll be honest. This is probably going to be the first one I've ever done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this is kind of a new experience for me. Carrie and Mike really have, you know, encouraged me to try competitions. They feel that my building is at a level where I should be doing that, and so yeah, this one happened to come up, and so I'm gonna jump on it and see what happens with it.
Right on, man. It's good to have supportive friends like that.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like I kind of just like I've always just never really thought that I was at a level where I should do competition builds or anything like that. And
Right.
Mike and Carrie are really like, no, dude, you need to do that. Like your painting is good, your models are good, like you need to do that. So it's a new experience.
Man, I keep telling all these guys, man, it's good to step out of your comfort zone, step out of the box, challenge yourself, and you'll be surprised. And you can't expect it to get it right the first time. Once you step out that box, it's okay, to mess up or feel like you're not doing it right, It's just these new guys that come into hobby, they want to try new stuff, man. They're just uh they're just worried that something's gonna happen, but it's okay, man. It's a learning process and everybody goes through it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I shied away from Gundam for a long time because I didn't understand, like I didn't really understand the concept behind it, and um like I didn't understand why you would buy a kit that you didn't paint, and or anything else. And I started finding, like, I'd looked into Gundam all times, and I was very kind of thrown off by the whole, you know this mobile suit has this paint job and this and this, and it seemed very rigid at the time, and I was just kind of like thrown off because I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know if I really want to do this because I don't want to do it wrong. And
Right.
but then I figured out that no, I can do whatever the hell I want. So
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's just kind of gone from there. And it's an awesome experience to be able to kit bash something, make it my own, change it up, do it my own way. And if somebody doesn't like it, well, oh well.
Oh
If
well.
I'm happy with it, then that's what matters.
Right. Of course. Honestly, man, I never uh yeah, I never kit bash anything ever. So I need to go ahead and give that a try.
I started out small. I started out with a gun. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, can you
I go.
guys you hear me right? Good?
So this is my command quanta that I did.
Oh, dude, that's
And,
nice.
yeah, and my kit bash was literally I kit bashed the gun, and I just changed it up. I changed the barrels out. I detail painted it, and that was it. And that was my first kit bash. And I
You guys
posted it on one Facebook group, and I had a whole whack of people like, "Oh, why would you ruin your kit by doing a camo paint job on that when it was already green colors and this, that, and the other thing?" And I was just like, "Wow, okay." Um, and basically, I haven't been back to that group since.
Right. Right. I don't blame you.
what the heck
I
is going on?
don't blame you whatsoever.
You guys hear my headset? I'm having issues.
Man, so when I started off my YouTube channel, I was working on this custom astray.
Yeah.
And it's still up there. Y'all can see it if y'all ever if you ever go back, y'all can see it. I never took it down. And someone had posted something on there, and it lit this fire in me.
Hey guys.
And they left a comment on there, and it lit this fire in me that made me want to be a better Gundam builder or painter,
Mhm.
customizer. I don't know what to call myself. I just I wanted to be better at the hobby, you know.
Yeah.
So I highlighted that comment on that YouTube channel, on that one video, and I go back and look at it every now and then to humble myself, because that person actually put me in my place, you know. It's like, hey, this looks bad, you know. And so, you know, it just ever since that day, I want to say three years back. I think it's been 3 years. I came pretty far. I came pretty far, and I learned a lot of different techniques. And you know, to that person being that extremely harsh for a first custom Gundam kit, whatever that I ever did.
Yeah.
At that time, I used to think it was harsh, but now I realize, you know, that criticism actually, you know, helped me a lot. So maybe one day that person will understand, or maybe one day I'll be able to tell that person, hey, thank you for
Yeah.
making me, you know, dig deeper in
Yeah.
myself to be a better you know, person in the hobby.
Can you guys hear me by any chance?
Oh yeah.
We can now. Yeah.
Okay. What the? Okay, I disconnected my headset and the Bluetooth is just jacked. Wow. It's
Okay.
okay. I'm
Sorry,
good.
man.
So, hey Michael, just a heads up. If you can clip and edit this piece of me painting, send it to my YouTube email. I'll get your contact later. Then I'm gonna input this whole chat we're doing through that section into my work in progress video. So it's like a midway advertisement for all of our pages, okay? But that'll give a good idea because I can show myself live streaming painting and you guys on there also. So that'll be something cool to add into my video.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So I did red and gray. Okay, so it's good. I think the colors are very solid.
Yeah, those
I
look
see
nice
no issues at
and
all.
clean.
Yeah. So I just have to take this piece off right here. So you got underside thrusters now. So that's cool. I only masked that off because
Nice.
it's yellow. I did that previously.
Yeah.
So just to keep it from
That's
getting
nice.
gray again. But yeah, solid colors, man.
That's awesome.
So after a little while, I'll probably take the masking off the red here because this is thick paint. The red's going to be a lot longer to dry. I have a fan under this too, so I'm just going to chill out for the time being and see how it goes pretty much.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'm super appreciative of this whole group now. Like this group has really opened my eyes a lot to how good we all can be and how we can all motivate each other to be better. And for me, that's huge. Like I need the people to actually say, hey, no, what you're doing is good. What you're you know, because otherwise I just kind of look at the stuff I build and I go, oh, it's crap, right? But it's not. And
It's not.
I
It's
think
always
I
good
think
stuff.
I think I don't know if everyone does, but I feel the same way. After I work on something and I step back and I finished it, I'm like, I was like, man, I could have done so much better than that, or why did I do that? You know, I was like, yeah. I was like, man, I can't believe I top coated over that dog hair. Golly, now I gotta fix that.
Oh, dude. See, I use this little tool right here, man. If I see stuff on it, I'll brush it off, man. Then I go. I do that every single time for sure. You know, I've learned that. Or hey, you can do this. You can take your airbrush, no paint, and spray the part, then hit paint on top of it. It fixes all that
That
for sure.
that's what I end up doing is I end up hitting it with the air from my airbrush before I actually spray. Because I have a Maine Coon Forest cat, right? He's big, fluffy, lots of fur, constantly blowing coat. So yeah, I can't count the number of times that I've gone and sprayed something and then turned around and looked at it, and I'm like, crap, there's cat hair in my paint.
Oh man.
Yeah, that will happen.
But I love him to death. He's a great cat. He's really sucky. He's a big baby, but his hair is everywhere.
Oh man. So we sealed up the office. My office is like the office is a weird setup. It's right. I got my own little bathroom, half bathroom, and it didn't have a door, and then there's a bay window looking into the living room. So when we moved into the house, we're like, you know what? This is the first thing we're gonna do because I'm not fighting. I got 3 dogs. I got a big lab, and I got an itty bitty chihuahua, and then I got this medium sized dog. I don't know what she is. Then I got a cat. So I got 4 animals in the house, and a bunch of ladies here. My wife and my daughters. Man, golly, man, I can't catch a break over here, man. So,
so your office is also your sanctuary when certain times arrive.
Yes.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I too have a wife. I have 2 daughters. Thankfully, one of them is only 7, but I'm pretty sure when the 7-year-old gets to the age that all hell is going to break loose because the little one is her mother incarnate. Like, oh, I love my wife. I really do. But I'm one of those people. I like to be challenged, and apparently my wife is she challenges me.
Oh man,
I'm a very challenged person.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with everything.
Physically, it's all there.
Everything. The whole existing is a challenge to me.
Yeah. Me breathing is
but these colors are amazing. Yeah. So for the GM colors that I've picked, I actually went with this color for a very, very dark frame color. You know, then of course yellow because that's classic Federation colors.
Dude, you printed that out? Hiko, you printed that out, man?
Hold on,
bro. Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I printed this one out. Okay, so I printed the sheet out for color reference.
Nice.
So you have a 3D printer, don't you?
Yeah, I sure do.
What was how does scaling work? How do you like adjust scales for size of kits? Like if you want it to be in a different scale.
Okay, I use the there's a software that you can use. I use Lychee, and Lychee lets you scale up sizes. You know, to whatever you're working on.
So if you wanted a 1/144th to be a scale to a 1/100 scale, you'd have to get an STL file, convert it to that whatever scale for a height difference for the mobile suit, and print it basically. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I wish I wish I could show you right now. So my daughter,
cool.
she's into the Stranger Things. So I 3D printed a demigorg, and so the miniature that we printed out, it was only supposed to be maybe 2 inches, 2 inch by 2 inch. Dude,
Yeah.
I printed this guy out. Now he's like 6 inch by 8 inch. So
That's really cool, man. Yeah, that's good. And you know, I think this is gonna be the biggest thing for me because I'm going to run out of resin kits that are 172. I'm gonna have to get an STL file of a kit that I want to paint, then scale it up. You know, because Macross, Gundam, Armored Core, Zoids will have certain weapon systems. I can't custom build 172. They don't sell parts
Right.
that size.
Right. Yeah. No, I feel the same way, man. And there's man, I don't want to start bragging about it or anything like that, but the 3D printer and all that, it's just a whole different world.
May not be.
And so
Yeah, it is a different world.
So I kind of started
Mr.
making my own
Brian
stuff.
Carlson is asking if you can put pictures in the chat. I think you can put GIFs and emojis for some reason. And Clarksville Hobbies in the chat too. That's really nice to have him there. I've been seeing right there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, I'm
I have
really
a
interested in
few
3D
weapons that I
printing, man,
printed
for
out.
sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up showing you a little bit later. Maybe tomorrow. All the weapons that I customized, ready for 3D printing and stuff like that. Beam bazooka, regular bazooka, a Zaku shield. I'm currently working on a hanger base. Airbrush. I got 2 airbrush gun holders.
Okay, that's
It's like
cool.
so. I mean, I'm constantly moving everything around in my shop, so I need all the space I can. So I kind of mounted one on the wall of my airbrush booth. So
That was an earlier
I'll
masking
show
I
you
did.
later on.
Yeah, so I guess if I buy a 3D printer, I gotta learn how to do this because there was a metal structure Zazabi, and I was probably talking about it earlier. You can't buy that kit for pre-order anymore, but I bet you can get an STL file and make it 160, basically.
Oh yeah, man, you can scale that up. As
Yeah,
big
you can
as
have yourself a 160 scale. Yeah.
As big as your 3D printer can go is as big as you can print out a part.
Yeah, so I need 2 things with 3D printing. I need to know how to scale up. Then I need to know how you scan and duplicate parts, okay? If I want to take a physical part, scan it, then duplicate, I want those 2, because I don't want to resin cast. I don't want to buy the material to learn resin casting. It's going to be a lot more beneficial if I take, like, one of these binders here, or if I go ahead and 3D print this and do a parts duplication.
Oh, dude.
So that way I don't have to worry about ruining the, yeah.
Dude, I seen a scanner for a 3D printer for you can scan whatever you're trying to scan, and them guys are pretty pricey, man. I got kind of excited. I got a little excited.
Yeah.
I really wanted one, so I started checking it out. Man, I need to save up my allowance to go get something like that, man. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much. That would be like a really good deal to get into. I need to buy a 3D printer because I have a legitimate need for it.
Oh yes, man. You know that.
So
all
is
these system kits,
Michael's?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael's over on YouTube. I was gonna say a lot of people are we're in the chat over here on Facebook. If you want to hop in this side also, if you're watching still. I know he's on YouTube, so I hopped in over there for a second. So yeah, I was using the MadWorks airbrush earlier, the 3.0. This is a great brush. I can't really say anything good or bad about it. It's just going to flow your paint really quick. probably wouldn't recommend it for shading. It's gonna be a wide spray for sure.
So what's the needle diameter you got there?
Oh, it's 30.30 millimeter. So it's not bad.
Ooh.
I have. This is actually one of their newest brushes. $55. I got this one.
Dang, 55
Probably like a
bucks.
go-to hobby tool I use. Yeah, really. I think it's a generic re-release of a other tooled airbrush. I think it's a remastered tool of Master Airbrush brand with extra parts added, I believe. So it has that base, you can tell from the Master Airbrush style. So the base stem, besides the cup, cap, and the back part of the brush, it's going to be that Master Airbrush style. So they're probably remanufacturing it for cheap with their own brand name on it, pretty much. I think that's what I understand about it. Yeah, if I get some more hobby tools later on, I'll probably do some more reviews.
Man, dude, I need to pick up one of those paint mixers. Well, okay, it's not a paint mixer. It's one of those tube golly.
The little
Goodness, I know
vibrator
what
thing
you
that
mean.
you put the bottle on.
Yeah, yes.
Like you put a bottle like this on. You know, I just had an idea. I could probably use the ultra sanding tool to mix my paint like that. It does the same thing. I mean, it's like ultrasonic. Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, man.
So I got about another week of painting left for this kit, and I should be done for my base colors. All I have is gray, dark gray to paint. I'm going to paint some white. Then I got to go find fluorescent green for some of these sensor pieces. I got to go order that online. And I'll probably use the black light to make it glow. So that's going to be cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got a lot of masking to do, so I'll be masking these vents off I painted, then going ahead and painting gray after that. So, yeah, the ultrasonic sanding tools are absolutely amazing. Like, it is the best. You know, while we're doing this, I'm probably going to go ahead and insert a segment because I did come across a magazine with some pretty good references. So this was the ultrasonic sanding tool that I bought. So use double-sided tape, sandpaper. I cleaned this resin kit within 3 days. So, you know, it took weeks of hand sanding out of the process by using ultrasonic power tool, which is the best part.
Nice.
And of course they have an ultrasonic cutting blade, which is like $379. I'm not gonna fathom wanting to buy this. It's interesting, but I don't really think you should. Then also a vacuum forming machine, so you can form your parts vacuum casting if you had to. I don't know why you want to use it, but that seems pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Just looking through, like, you know, inventories, manufacturer, hobby tools, anything you can get like references for, you're going to see a lot of things that you may have not used before. You know, basic things like, let's say you can go to Walmart and buy a cat scratch. You know, that's easy for holding paint clips. If you want to make some paint skewers, you can buy bamboo and car battery clips. Then that's cool. You can do that. And of course, you can buy anything else between, really.
Man, I was kind of running through. I was kind of running through all that, you know, foam blocks and everything for those alligator clips. So I went ahead and started making my own little wooden whatchamacallit holders. You know, now I got like 100 of these things. Just out of some scrap wood that was laying around the house.
You want to do some CNC machining and some custom metal stuff? You can buy whole sets to do CNC scale model building, basically. It's kind of like a hand scale for micro stuff. It's crazy. I don't know. Like, what do you have to learn to use these tools? I want to know.
Jeez. It's like a
So
small
crazy.
milling set.
For my alligator clips, I kind of cheaped out. I stole my wife's yoga block,
Okay, that's fun.
and
That's cool.
which she bought at the dollar store, and it's now mine because yeah.
Hey, look, if you claimed it and she wasn't using it, it's rightfully yours, man. You're married, so more power
Yeah.
to you.
So now it looks like a pincushion, but
Yeah.
you know what? Realistically, for the $4 it costs to buy a new one, like I don't even care. Like it works.
Can I
It does the
ask a
job
serious
right.
question?
Sure.
Okay, so people will buy these clamps to put their high grade kits on. They'll basically use it for photography, which is I don't understand because this tool is meant for clamping and shutting parts together. So they're using this to hold up and take a picture, pretty much. I don't know why. I don't know why that's popular. I never understood why either. You probably see that a lot, where they'll buy like a glass cube and take a cute little picture of a Gundam head, and then just like, I don't understand it. Do people really like that stuff? I never really got it for some reason.
Well, I don't
I
know about
don't.
the clamps, but the
Yeah.
glass cube, like if they're displaying some
Yeah.
work that they had, some detail work, then okay, that'll be okay.
Hey Seth, what's up, man? Welcome to chat and welcome. Thank you for joining.
I don't have any action bases. If I take pictures of my kid, it's like I put it on the counter and I take a few pictures.
Yeah.
Probably not the best way to show off my work, but
My favorite one is putting Gunpla in the refrigerator lighting because lights in your house don't work. So use a refrigerator light to take pictures. I love that, man. That was my favorite.
What the hell?
I know, dude. I know. It's funny, but it's also really cool. Yeah, here's something cool. Here's a micro saw and specialized hobby blade set. So you're getting some interesting surfaces, And I've always said these saws you can add. These are really good for doing custom mods. If you want to cut plow plate, cut pieces, shape and mod, this is definitely the tools you want to go for, especially X-Acto blade sets. I never suggest using blades to cut nubs because you will cut yourself eventually. Always use nippers, always use sandpaper to clean your kits for sure. If you use a hobby knife, you're going to cut yourself and bleed. That's an FYI and PSA.
public service announcement.
I decided one day I was tired of cutting myself, and I didn't want to be emo anymore, so I quit. I'm just
Hiko, I
kidding.
want to know where are you seeing these posts, man? Where everybody's putting the Gundams in the refrigerator and taking pictures, man.
Oh, this is part of one group called I Build Gundam Models and I'm loud and proud. They're not around anymore, but they're also very toxic and infamous. But there's also another group called Pleb Plaw Builders for snap builders only. It's a group and they just post and have fun, but it's also like posting, ridiculous stuff. Here's a glass file set, very popular in the community. You can probably pick yourself up a cheap glass file online. Wouldn't have to spend too much money. And here's something interesting too. I found these are some photo etch bending, and it looks like these are for measuring and cutting. So, for these ones, I'm not sure what you're going to use these for. This is going to be good for doing round surfaces. This looks like to be a type of hobby saw you can put into your blade set. So interesting tool sets here. Really different variety of stuff I'm seeing. We got all kind of files. I need to find a good pair of hobby files because the Tamiya ones are nice, but this is used. I want something with a double-sided pattern that's a little more broad for cleaning. So I gotta find a new hobby file set somewhere.
Man,
I like the Tamiya brand, but I want something a little more heavy duty.
I had an old set of the God hand files and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they kind of broke. I was kind of doing something that I shouldn't have been doing with it. But I mean, I really wasn't losing no sleep over breaking that file, you know.
Tamiya Spray Hawk airbrush for $301. Why is that? Why is an airbrush $301?
Made of gold.
How's that
For
possible?
the-
Like
It's probably just like
one airbrush.
You
Oh
reach
no,
up-
this is a large. This is for like this is huge airbrush. That's not for models. That's gonna be for like large scale dioramas. Okay. Sorry guys, that's a larger scale one. Here's the ones you gotta look at. So if I ever have to mention anything for airbrushing, buy one of these. Okay, this is your best bet for getting into airbrushing because you don't have to buy a compressor. You get a rechargeable battery. You get the PSI to spray, and all you have to do is mix your paint into a bottle, sort of like this, and you can go ahead and
it's the
spray
little
as you need.
handheld ones, right? That's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
little handheld
So
ones. Yeah.
if you want to get into airbrushing, this is probably the best way to do it. If not for painting, if you're new to painting, get Tamiya spray cans. This is going to be your best friend for Gundam high grade kits, master grade kits. There are a few guys in our chat that are building wing kits. Really good results if you want to have some simple, easy for painting. If you don't want to get into airbrushing right away. Just getting back from the gym. Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's been a
just
long
saying
day
there's
for me.
little handheld quarter airbrushes. I was gonna consider buying
Yeah,
one.
so these, you can find other ones. This one's listed for $94. I probably wouldn't spend more than $50 on one.
Right.
You can probably get them
I was
for
looking at that.
45.
So
It's
that-
Chinese off-brand.
I bought one. It's got like a super high tech air fish compressor. It works really good for now. Anyway.
Yeah, basic air compressor is going to cost you $79. For your basic, generic mill one. That's not coming with a regulator or tap, so you gotta buy your fitments, hoses, and if you want a moisture trap, you gotta buy that separate. I always suggest getting 2 moisture traps between your line, from the regulator to your brush, to keep any moisture out of your line and keep it from mixing with your paint. Because if you live in the South, you're more than spraying with air mixed in your paint. If you live up north, you should be fine. Yeah. Then we go some sanding tools, paint brushes.
What magazine is that again?
This is Micro Mark, okay?
Micro Mark.
They're just manufactured
Micro Mark, they got
catalog. That's nothing
awesome
really.
tools.
I can't, I just like looking at it. I don't look for anything in here. I use this for reference, since I can't really, I'm not bringing my computer on because of copyright issues and stuff, so I can use this for reference,
That's a really good reference to look at. See what other people out there that are up and coming that are producing comparable tools to this, because this is an opportunity. This is a good market for people that are producing tools that might be strictly gun related because they're just copywriting something else.
So I need some super glue that's not gonna fog up. You guys mentioned something I could try, because I'll be gluing this kit soon before I do gloss top coat and decals. Oh, hey, look at that! We got some Gundam high grade kits in here. Well, that's cool. They have a Bandai Spirit high grade heavy arms plastic model kit, and they have a Gaichigoken VF25 Messiah for $219. That's a Transformer figure. Expensive. It's actually it's a pre-painted model for sure, and metal die-cast joints.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so like, have you ever painted a Macross kit? It's like the bane of my existence. It's terrible, but it looks so good once you're done.
Macross kit?
Imagine taking a whole decal sheet and painting and masking off everything instead of using decals. That was painful.
That'd be crazy. That would make it so hard you'd hate it halfway through.
Yeah, so Seth is saying he got a Chinese off-brand one, So that's probably the best bet is for airbrushes. Get something cheap that you can learn with, then see what your results are, make it work for yourself, and it's going to really make you happy once you get some painted kits.
I can't say much. I picked up my airbrush compressor kit. Amazon had a flash sale one day at $100 Canadian with, well, it's right here. It's on my desk. It's a tank. It's got the regulator, the 2 moisture traps, hose, 2 different airbrushes. It was $100, and I've had it for I don't know, 5 years, 6 years now. It's never given me any issues. It's never cracked out. It's not super high end, but it works. And I just
I pretty much figured that.
I can't afford to buy a $300 airbrush. Like, I just can't.
Oh no. You don't need to. If you mix your paint right,
You paint cars, man. You make a good book bank to paint that shit.
Like you said, painting cars. If you use automotive paint, you're using lacquer, thinner, and a catalyst. Okay. It doesn't matter how you lay it on, because the catalyst is going to catalyze, harden. The thinner is going to level, and the paint's going to dry. And it doesn't really matter if you get it. It's just your ratio mix, man. It's going to dry by itself. It's chemically processing, and it's designed to do that. So the applicator, the airbrush, doesn't really matter. It's not important. Yeah, Macross kits are fun, man. I have quite a few in my collection from different companies like Wave, Bandai, Hasegawa. 172 scale also. So really, I love Macross for sure.
They're beautiful kits.
It's always painful to build. They're nice looking kits. They're just painful to build.
As an image visually, they're striking kits. I prefer it in robot mode, or was it the Walker? Those I think are really awesome. And you were saying,
Batroid,
like Gala makes a good
Batroid modes are amazing.
So it just depends on what you're.
I can show you some of the ones I have if you want to see it. Yeah.
Sure. Also share some what we're talking about, because Macross might be new to some people. I suggest it's a long story of Mecha, how the technology got to Earth.
It's like the top competitor for It's like Bandai's top competitor next to Zoids for sure.
Right.
So you go to Wookie, Macross, Zoids.
But it should be. It is what it is. It's a separate world, and it's very unique to itself, and it's fucking badass.
So the coolest thing about this is that only at 172 scale,
Sad, man.
So,
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. I understand.
So
I just
You
think
probably
it's
start off
badass
with this
that
one
they
right
built
here.
off the F-14.
Oh yeah, dude.
So here we go. We have a VF1 Super Battleroid.
I fell in love with Macross. I was so loving it.
It's a Hasegawa kit.
Yeah.
So this is about the size of a master grade build. You'll see that you get a ton of parts, and here's my color scheme I'm using. So I'll be painting it this color. Then I have the armaments for the reactor bombs, weapons pack set. Then massive decal sheet. I'm not going to use this. All these colors will have to be hand painted and masked by airbrush.
Yeah.
So no decals for markings. Tons and tons of parts. So
All of us will agree. If you have the skill, if you have the material, it is that extra step every time.
Well, it's not
and
that
it's
bad for
hence of the color
a whole
guide.
kit, right?
This is 1998, man. For this kit.
1998.
1998. Yeah.
Dude, I signed up for the
But the
military.
weapons pack are actually newer than that. So yeah.
Okay. So
This
it's not that
is
old.
Hasegawa. Okay. Yeah, it's not terribly bad. But you gotta do a lot of cleaning, seam line removal, and every single panel on the kit you have to rescribe. Okay, so that's a pain by itself also. But this is a holy grail kit for me. So one kit that I want to own.
That's all that matters.
Here is
All that matters,
another
you got
holy
something.
grail kit of mine. So this one is from Wave actually. This is a Wave VF19 Batroid 172 scale. Now this is actually a soft resin kit. This is considered vinyl resin. Okay, so it's kind of cool. So you get a Blazer Valkyrie manual, and you get actually design arts. Okay, so you're getting mechanical design line art, transformation line arts,
Time, pay attention.
and I think you get some like cockpit details like that. Something you don't see at Bandai kits, but this kit, you get some runners
That's what
here.
sells
But then you
I
get a
swear, this is
decal
a
sheet.
genre that stuff sells. If you were to make it more interactive like that, and put color sheets or line drawings, mechanical schematics. Remember GI Joes came with these cars, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they would add stuff to it, it would. This is 100 years into the fucking future, forever.
So yeah. So Oni, so you've seen resin. So this is like vacuum casting for soft vinyl. It's all inside. So you gotta get an ultrasonic cutting knife. And you gotta cut around this, then sand it and clean it, then build the kit. And you can probably see that it does have some good details, but you're going to have to rescribe all the panel lines, figure out how you're gonna glue this, add mobility because it has polycaps.
Right.
So that's a huge project for me because I don't know how I'm supposed to clean it. I can't use diffuser.
Everybody's doing it. So bad.
And that's from Wave, right? So that's Wave with official band, a big West Macross logo. Then the Bandai one is the VF25 Tornado. So this is a pretty big one. This is a huge. Okay, so I kind of went and snap built this. You'll see that all the colors, like I was saying, is that for the size, this is a pretty big kit, man. Like for armor, weapon systems, you're getting a lot to paint. So this is going to be a very difficult build. And here is a rundown of the decal sheet. So yeah, you know what you're dealing with pretty much. But if you take a look at the manual, the color markings here, all these colors, you have to mask off and paint by yourself. And it's not going to be on the kit at all. It's just bare plastic, pretty much. So the challenge with these kits is making it accurate because unlike anything else, this is actually an aircraft model. It's not a plastic robot model, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, And you can see that masking color nightmare I have to go through. So, fun stuff. You get to work on this kit. This is probably going to be, for me, probably 4 to 6 months, for sure, for cleaning and painting. Because with the paint I use, I'll have to make it really thin, okay? Super thin because of the panel lines and masking. Because I don't want multiple paint layers pulling up together. So that's, the Nightmare Project. Macross kits really push you on a different level of building, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, man. That seems pretty damn challenging right there, man.
And that's not including the other mecha models I built. I got Armor Core kits, I got Zoids kits, I got Gundam kits, I got Ryaki Senki kits, and I'm probably going to get some Dunbine or a Battler kits.
You got any Frame Arms girls and Megami device?
No, I didn't. I skipped on those lines.
No.
I got a few Zoids kits that I'm eyeing myself on right now. I think that's about it. I bought a few of these kits too, the Koyuki Senki, because they're also 172 scale, like the Ghost. So.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
I'll probably customize that and paint it and give it a backpack flight system later. Yeah, man. Like, I'm always open. If I see anything on the market that's Gundam 172 scale that I can buy, I'll buy it instantly. And, I'm at that point where I'm trying to get my collection built up.
Right. Right. Hey, Seth said he loves that Ghost, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at for projects, man. And the Koyuki Senki kits are just absolutely amazing, man. For sure. Really good kits to customize.
Oh, yeah, man.
So I'm actually going to get ready to take the mask tape off and take a look at the quality. quality check, and I think it's gonna look pretty good. The red with the yellow is just gonna look, it's gonna look super sharp and nice. And I cannot wait to put black paint on that later on. So I gotta get to the painstaking process of unmasking this now. So.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, what kind of masking tape you use?
Tamiya.
Tamiya masking tape?
For sure. Only because it's light masking tape.
I don't know, man. I haven't tried it out. I like using that automotive masking tape,
stuff.
like for pinstriping and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got to admit that's what I use, but that's probably because I get it from work for free.
I might have
Oh, that's
to,
freaking amazing. Okay, so it's not terribly bad. It's pretty good. And all I have to do is fill black in between that line.
Might have to see if I can persuade you into sending me a few rolls of tape.
Next time our paint booth, next time one of our paint guys decides to place an order, I might add a few rolls.
Oh, hey, I forgot. Okay, so Michael was talking about the Patreon, okay? I think
Yes.
I'm going to sign up for the Patreon. Because, you know, since I'm already a part of the group, I might as well just do that donation per month, you know. I would consider that to advertising, you know, if we can get a budget for you guys to start getting stuff ready and organized. If you need to do if you want to start doing that kind of deal, you know, with advertising.
Well, I signed up for the Patreon because I wanted to just confirm my commitment to what we were trying to do, and that's the only reason why I did it. I didn't do it because I had to or anything else. I really feel that what the KitBash group is doing is important for models as a whole, as our whole hobby, and just promoting us to all be better. So yeah, I doubled down on that and was like, yeah, I'm in. Where do I sign? Take my $10 a month and let's
take
put
my
it to
money.
use.
Take my fist, take my wallet, take my money.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, it's not a large amount of money. It's, you know, but it all goes towards us getting better, us becoming more. Yeah. So to me, that's like investing in the future.
Yeah, and I think this looks absolutely amazing. You know, some really sharp lines right there. You can see.
Yeah, that turned out really
you know, the paint,
good.
the texture looks really good. You know, it's dry to the touch, but I'm not going to handle it more than taking the masking tape off. The reason I took the masking tape off an hour after painting is because you want to have less tack. If you let this sit on top of paint, it's going to start chemically fusing with the paint, okay?
Oh,
yeah. So the faster you get your masking tape off, the cleaner your lines are. So you get some sharp lines here, you see. Even around these edges, so that is really good, okay? So later on, what I have to do is... Yeah. So I'll mask this section off and paint this waist section gray next, okay? So this is a pretty big kit, man. So this is fun. I'm really enjoying this. But this is probably the end of my work in progress session for tonight. I'm just going to probably AFK for the time being. So I'm getting close to getting all my primaries pretty much painted. Then I gotta come back with, let's see, what do I need next? I have some Mr. Clear GX that I have to put on. Here we go.
Man.
I'll be using the Mr. Clear GX Super Clear. It's also lacquer top coat. Then I'll use panel line accent color after that. Then decals, panel lines, and I'll be done with this kit afterwards. So I got some good Federation colors, and it's looking like the GM color scheme. So the next color I have to paint is the gray, okay? So it's going to be a darker gray, so I'm using this Royal Light Gray. So it's not too bad, but it's not the best either, so I'll have to make mind of keeping colors sharp as I can.
Right.
But yeah, man, TS, like Tamiya cans, when I painted this on, the color saturated, it blended, and it looks perfect. So I'm at a really good point in this build. And I could show you some of the thrusters I did. So I did this earlier in the week, if you can see this. Some of the thruster details, so.
What color did you paint the inside?
It's hard for me to see.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's not you, Hiko. It's just I'm using my phone, right? So your screen is like about an inch square, maybe. Yeah, that's really cool, man.
So yeah, just yellow inside the thruster bells, you know, feather style. I think that's the coolest thing. You know, see a lot of Gundam Mark IIs like that, Zeta types, and
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see the Mark III. Apparently,
Is
I didn't know the Mark III is the same as the Zeta Gundam, and it even has higher specs than the Jagan, or a GM3 technically, which is interesting.
Is it a yellow or is it like an orange yellow?
I'm using Gaia Notes for orange yellow actually.
Nice.
Because yellow is too light of a color, and you have to use multiple layers. But the orange yellow, it actually is a very good saturation. I see a lot of builders use this. A lot of guys that like to use Gaia Notes, they'll use orange yellow for the new Gundam stuff for sure.
Yeah, man, I love that color, dude. The heavy orange isn't the heavy orange have a small touch of that too?
Yeah, orange yellow mix technically. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Seth is like getting back on his painting grind. Yeah, that's for sure a really good thing to do, man. You know, painting it's tedious work, but if you do it like in sections, you know, one at a time, choose how you do it. It's fun. Okay. So.
Oh yeah.
And tomorrow I gotta paint. He's all gray. I'm going to end up masking the yellow inside there, painting gray after that.
Yeah. My buddy Seth.
I can't buy enough resin kits.
Yeah. My buddy Seth got some good stuff going on as well, man. Too bad his job got some bowed up.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we all get busy with things sometimes, and I try to relax painting if I can. So, I was gonna ask you, man, Oni, where do you typically find your resin kits at for sale, or how would you acquire them?
Well, most of these good ones that you see up here, I think they belong to a customer of mine, but I believe he finds them off of like eBay and stuff like that, dude. Now, the resin kits that I pick up, they're off a website. My buddy Seth put me on it. It was that GK, that F2000 something like that. GK F2000.
That's a good shop, yeah. That's a really good shop.
I picked up a Castatria, a Goof.
Oh, they're definitely good one.
Man, what else I picked up? I don't know, man. I can't remember everything I picked up, man. I got some of my kits I get friended. A friend of to hand them over,
I'm trying to decide if I need to buy one more 172 cell resin Gundam kit. GMK Shop 2000, yeah, their resin cast quality is a lot better than some other places. It's going to be a lot easier to sand and clean for sure, I hear.
The
GMK
HS
Shop 2000 also has a lot of 5-star story 1/100 scale kits that are perfect.
See, a buddy of mine, he said he had no more interest in this resin kit, and he was like, "Hey, man, go ahead and take it off my hands." I was like, "Okay, cool."
I mean, some people get intimidated by larger kits and what's required for the build, and I understand that.
Oh, that my buddy Jason Combs, man, he's the one that built that big old Castastria. He printed it out the 1/72nd scale. Yeah, man, that thing is huge, bro.
I always thought it was crazy guys making Cassandra with airbrushes. I figured you want to use like spray cans or something.
I don't know, man.
Well, I knew a guy that painted he paints primer by can and airbrushes the rest. That's where I learned to do that from.
Yeah, I guess that would save a lot of time.
Yeah, I think I've find my resin. I typically look at eBay, Yahoo Auctions Japan. I also use yahoo.jp for search engine. I'll try to use some Chinese websites for translation, but sometimes it's difficult finding anything that's 172. I can probably switch. I'm going to switch over to my desktop after the stream ends. Then I'm probably going to bring a website page looking for some more resin kits to give you guys examples of some ideas of things I normally look for.
Well, speaking of the stream ending, we're pretty much coming up on 2 hours now, guys. So we're pretty well done for the night here.
Oh man, already?
I'm probably just gonna chill for like 30 minutes, then I'll probably chill out and just talk for a little bit and probably pass out after that.
We'll take our normal half-hour break and we'll kick it over to late night. But yeah, we're pretty well done with the Friday night KitBash.
Right on, man. Hey,
so in the chats, if everybody could, if you guys are in the chat right now, we are the Gundam Facebook group. I will post you names from me and who I am. If you want to add me on here, I also have a YouTube page, Oni Mecha. Check out Oni Mecha too. He would be a great person to follow. You're going to see a lot of good content. You're going to see content from all of us posting in the group together, sharing content together pretty much. In Clarksville Hobby, I'm really happy to see you in the chat. It's fun to have, people get in to see what this hobby is about. Even though it's Gundam, it is part of scale model building. We're just another part of the whole giant universe of model builders, pretty much. So I appreciate your link and association. That's really cool.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for everybody showing out, posting in the comment section, man. That means a lot.
Here, that's great, man. Really happy about that.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, and I'm gonna hit this first thing in the morning all over again.
All right, guys. Well, all right. So that'll be the end of it, and we will catch you guys all later on.
Right on.
Have a good night, guys.
So yeah, if you kill the stream, I'm just going to keep my web app open. I'm going to switch over to my desktop screen and chill out for a moment.
Okay.
10-4. Later, bro. You have a good night.